Everybody, we're back. Sorry for that. Oh my gosh, it is Monday. So, anything can happen Monday mornings, the start of the week, but we're back. So hang in there. Hattie is going to join us, and we are here live with Stonz and its founder. So it's so amazing to have you here with us today.
Thank you.
Lisa, this
Thank
is
you.
such an honor, and we are
Lovely to be here.
we are so happy to have discovered your brand and to get to know the brand. We had our product development call the other day, and I learned so much. So we want to share all that we learned with you guys today. If you have any questions, please send us your questions. And if you are new to live shopping, I'm going to tell you guys how to join us live. So you can join us live on Instagram, which is great because you can hear our conversation and you can still learn about Stonz and what we're going to talk to today. But if you want to experience the whole live shopping experience, I invite you to join us at approvedtoshop.com to enter a VIP room where you can browse the products and see what we're talking about live while still watching the show. We're gonna have to squish in here, Hattie, because we're three of us in the frame.
And we're gonna
Make sure
mics as well. Hello, everyone.
Make sure you can see everyone. Maybe I'll push this just a little bit further.
Yes. Come on this side, Lisa. Welcome everyone to the Stonz show with the It Moms. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, Hattie. This is such an amazing show, probably our biggest show yet, because Stonz is a huge brand, like huge. And everybody, so I don't know if we told you this, Lisa, but before the show, we hit the streets and we asked parents what they think that their children needs for their shoes. But we also asked parents, do they know what Stonz are? Everybody knew what Stonz were.
They did.
So it's so exciting. It's so iconic to have you here. So we'll dive right in.
Yes. So just a little bit about us. So I know we're going live off of the Stonz page. And so for those of you who do not know the It Moms, my name is Hattie Corriero and this is Anna Allen.
Yes.
And we started a mom's community several months ago, and we just really want to share our elevated tips and tricks as moms. We love products that help moms, that help make our lives easier. And so that's what we've been doing. And it's so nice to meet all of you. Now, Anna, when we approached the Stonz show, what were your first thoughts in terms of Stonz? Like, what did you think of when you thought of Stonz?
I mean, I thought, how practical is this? But I didn't know how practical it was until I discovered the brand. But I just thought it's really cool designs, really practical, very West Coast, right? Because all the gear that you'll see. Can I say I felt like it was like the Aloe Lululemon for kids? If I can say that, but that's really how I kind of felt it.
Quite a compliment.
That's how I felt.
Lisa, I'd love to know how, in your own words, how would you describe your brand and what it does for parents?
Our brand. So Stonz for me was meant to be that clever brand that thought about what, as a mom, you hadn't even yet realized you needed. So we were sort of ahead of the curve in solving problems, but really, I think for me, I knew that there's certain problems that existed. And as I was going through motherhood, I thought, why don't these mitts work? Why can't my kids go skiing? And they keep kids out till -17 up at Whistler. And my kids' hands were freezing. So just drew out something and found sort of the most warm insulation that was thinnest. So they still had feeling and dexterity. So it's really just all about thinking of the actual situation and the problem, I would say.
I love that. I think that's
amazing.
really something we recognized, Anna and I, when we were studying the product and when we were talking to parents about what they're looking for from products. And really, it's about having a solution. It's about having a product that makes your life easier and that makes the experience a little more fun, because it should be fun. We should be waking up in the morning with the kids and wanting to go outside and jump in the muddy puddles together, and not be worried about like, oh, my kid might get wet socks, or worried about all of these things, that shoes that don't work or that products that don't really do the job. We just don't want to be worried about those things. And so as parents, I loved hearing about Stonz and the products, and I'm excited today to talk about them.
Yes, I think we're going to decode a lot of the products, understand how they work, and describe to you guys what Stone really is. And I love the fact that you created this out of a personal need. So it's true, truth and tried. And if you are a new parent and watching, welcome. I'm a new parent. I'm learning so much. And I think functionality and things that are aesthetic and functional
Yeah.
are amazing. We welcome those. If you have a toddler and you're watching, this is perfect because these are the only shoes you will ever need for your child.
It's true. It's true. And if you're just joining us now, welcome to the Stonz and the It Moms live show. We're so happy to have you here. We are going to be going through the Stonz collection of products.
Yes.
And we're going to be
Let's tell them how to shop. Let's tell them how to navigate. So if you're watching live on Instagram, we welcome you here and we'd love for you to stick around and have your coffee. But if you want to be part of the VIP room where you can browse the products while we're talking about them, check out everything we're talking about. It's direct link to the Stonz website. Go on to Approve to Shop where you can watch live and experience the VIP room. So as we're talking, you can click on the products, and don't worry, we're not going anywhere. You can still see us and ask questions and learn.
Okay, so we are here with the brand Stonz. This is a Canadian female-founded brand. We have the founder here today.
Also, we might sound repetitive, and I'm sorry about that, Lisa, but we want to give for the people that are watching now, we want to give them a preview of your hero product.
Yes.
Yeah, and all the different collections that you have as well.
So before we do that, I want to tell the audience a little bit about the hero product from our perspective. So the product that we were talking about with this hero product, it's called the Cruiser line. And really what it is this beautifully flexible product that creates so much independence for your little one. This is the essence of the Stonz brand. This is the genesis of the Stonz brand. This is what Stonz does, tried and true. And this is what every single child that you see at daycare, on the streets, this is what they're wearing. We walked around the other day in the playground and we saw probably, I'd say half kids we saw were wearing this exact shoe. And why? Because the shoe is so fantastic for allowing kids to be comfortable. It has a wide toe box. They can put it on themselves. It creates independence with their growing feet. There's so many wonderful elements to these products. So I do want to ask you, Lisa, I know that this was one of the first products that you created. Can you tell us a little bit about this product from your perspective?
For sure. Thank you. Our first product was actually the booty, but I know we're not in season yet to talk about the booty, but it was really all about when children are beginning to walk, their feet are almost like duck feet. So they're balancing and they're practicing. So their outside toes as well as their big toe are trying to keep them upright and they're wobbling. So what we really wanted was something. This was even before the barefoot movement, I would say. So this is really from my own experience. I knew nothing about footwear when I began. I just understood my kids had both of them actually had really chubby feet, and their ankles, there was no definition between their heel.
True.
And their
show everyone what
and calf. Yeah.
And we already have some questions from the audience. How many colors do they come in?
Okay, and we get a few colorways of our Cruiser line. So okay, fantastic. So I'm going to take the mic for a second here. So we have several colors in each of the silhouettes that we're going to show you today. And this line comes in pink. It comes in baby pink. It comes in black. We have lilac. We've got colors that are suitable for gender neutral. We have really quite a variety. I believe there's 8 colorations in this style, if I'm not mistaken. And what's great is that they kind of suit any sort of whatever weather, whatever season. These are a seasonless product. So
we know that every mom/parent wants something that's washable. So that's something we considered as well, is they're very easily washed.
That is huge, right?
Yeah, so they always look new.
Let's talk about that. So Lisa just said that the products look brand new because they're so easily washable. Now, if you do want to wash these, they're so simple to wash. All you're going to do is take the little insole out. And actually, I'm going to pin you guys on here and demonstrate this. So you're going to take the insole out to wash this, and you're going to put it into a mesh bag to protect it. Pop it into your washing machine. There's the insole there. and bingo, you do a little wash in the washing machine, dry them by hand. Don't put these in the dryer, please. That's not good for them. But please, you can wash these. And what's so great is all the sweat, all the gross stuff from the day, all the daycare germs, all of that can be washed off so simply.
When I said that a lot of people love Stonz, I meant that we already have some comments coming in saying the first pair of shoes my newborn or my kid wore was Stonz. And that is huge compliment, but it's also because they are so great. And like as Hattie mentioned, you're able to grow with them, easy to wash, but also I think the most important is they're good for their feet. Can we talk about the pediatric support that you guys have?
Absolutely. Sorry, thank you. We do have a podiatric doctor who's been supporting us through part of our journey, and it's really important that we have both that association, the Canadian Podiatric and the American approval for our footwear. And the reason is because they are so wide in the toe box, and it does allow the kids to develop their balance, develop their foot muscles, and the biomechanics of a child's foot. Every child's foot is so different that you really need something that stabilizes them back in the heel.
That's huge.
The ability to be flexible both ways, actually.
And that's huge. They not only look good, the kids love it.
Yeah, and
but
they're so
also
lightweight. They don't like it when their heels drag. You hear them walking sometimes as they get older with boots and things, but these are really designed to be lightweight. And
we do have some questions coming in, ladies. Should we answer those
yes,
questions? Okay,
absolutely.
So Kit says, my daughter has been wearing Stonz since she started walking. Thank you, Kit. That's a lovely comment. And we know because we've seen so many kids on the streets these days wearing them. And Kit says, at what max age are the shoes good for?
That's a good question. That's a great question.
Yeah, so how big are they? It's actually how we've maximized their size. So not good for, I would say they're good for longer if we design something bigger. But we go right now to, is it 13? Yes, 13. So 13 is about age, but depending on how big your child's foot is, it could be between 4 and 6 years old.
Perfect.
That's amazing. Wonderful. Another thing that when we asked parents why they love Stonz was the fact that kids can put these on themselves. I think that's huge, right? They feel like we're teaching them something. We're teaching them how to do their shoes, and they feel that independence. I know my daughter, she's only 5 months and she wants to sit, she wants to walk, she wants to do the big things. And I think that having kids being able to put in their own shoes without laces, it's huge for them. It gives them the confidence.
It gives them, I love that word, the confidence. It makes them feel so empowered. I know, like, when my daughter first put her shoes on for the first time and did it right, the feeling of joy that she had, she really felt so accomplished. And I felt so proud of her. I know that there's going to be moms out there that either know this feeling or are waiting for that to happen. And Stonz is going to help you do that. Why? Because Stonz is designed for your children to actually put them on themselves. And daycares across the country recommend Stonz because of this independence level that the kids can have when they put them on, especially the Montessori style schools where they're teaching children to do things on their own, empowering them to be independent. This shoe is going to help you do that, and it's going to help you.
And I just want to show this really cool detail that I actually, my mom friend, her son just joined daycare, and she told me that yes, the daycare recommended also because they can put their name on it. So I want to show this to the people that are new to Stonz, they haven't seen it. You can have your child's name and phone number right on the shoe, which is so smart and clever. And yeah, I think if you are going to be looking for the first pair of shoe for your child, this is a great place to start for so many reasons.
Absolutely. And I want to remind the audience, if you are on www.approvetoshop.com, if you are watching us live from the website, you're going to be able to shop these products live. Now, if you are not watching us live from the website, where you can shop everything live, or head to stonz.com where you can discover the products yourselves there while you watch us. That's stonz.com. And today, if you sign up and you give them your email, you're going to get 10% off your purchase. So head over there and make sure that you can explore the products on our site or on their site.
I want to talk about the Mary Jane. How cute are these? Let's chat
Adorable.
about them.
Let's do it. Let's do it, because these are such a wonderful style, and these are the everyday. These are the cruiser line still because of the fabrication, and they're the Mary Jane style. Why they're the Mary Jane style is because they give you a slightly different shape, and I'm going to give a comparison to the audience to show them the comparison on this. So the Mary Jane looks like your classic little Mary Jane with a little buckle, and the everyday cruiser is the cruiser classic shape is almost like a little booty. So that's the difference between the two. So you can see that. So this gray one, that's the classic shape. This is the Mary Jane.
Yes,
the
the Mary Jane has that nice opening, same practicability. I feel like it's a little bit more stylish if you want that cuter look. And is there any other difference between the Mary Jane and the classic?
No, there really isn't. It's just we just wanted something more summery, more sandal-like, and boys and girls are both wearing them. So just because they're pink, we have other
Oh, let's
colors
show
in
them. Do we have a Mary Jane in a darker color?
We're going to go grab a Mary Jane in a
perfect.
darker color to show you guys.
Yeah, it
Just
is like a
quite cute.
summer sandal, right? That's
Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah, and it allows just a little bit more airflow. And I know they have it in this color as well, which very often boys.
Yes. So that's a great point, everyone. The silhouettes and styles that we're seeing here today, these two different silhouettes, they both come in all of the colorways. So you're going to find both of these silhouettes in several colorways on the website. And if you're on our approvedtoshop.com show, you'll be able to shop these right from the show. Or you can head to www.stonz.com where you can explore the products. And what I love about the Mary Jane, by the way, it's got that almost dressy appeal. It could go a little dressy. So if you wanted to pair it with a little dress, or do you see how it
So
has
to
that
events,
really
right? It is summer. It's wedding season. It's event season. So if you're going to an event, I feel like this is with your child. This is a dressier shoe, and I know we have an even dressier canvas for an event, which we'll talk about next. But before we do that, do we want to talk about anything else?
Yes. Actually, could you pass me the shoe in the pink? This one, I want to show the audience a comparison. So I want to show the audience something really interesting that I only just discovered. And I want us to take a look at the shape of a regular kid's shoe as compared to the Stonz Mary Jane shoe shape. Now, this is the Stonz shoe, and this is a regular kid's shoe. First of all, the sole on this creates so much more structure, so much more cushion for our child's foot as compared to this style. Look how flimsy that is. That's not going to really create any structure for your children's foot. There might be a little more tripping. There might be a little more hazard. And
it's so thin, right? It's so thin. And then
Do you want this one, Abby? It's a bigger.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes. I was showing them the mirror. So you can see that there's just such a difference between the way that the Stonz is constructed versus your average shoe. The other thing is the breathability. This is not made from a breathable fabric. This is made from most likely a plastic derivative type fabric. Well, this is this really breathable, perforated fabric that's going to let your child's foot stay comfortable, stay really dry all day. Well, this is going to make your kids a little bit sweaty, to be honest.
Yes, Jane, grab yours now for sure. I feel like this is probably if you're shopping for yourself, or if you're a grandmother shopping for your grandchild, or if you have a friend that has kids, if you want to give a gift, or if you want to buy for your own kid, these are the perfect gift. The gift that keeps on giving. It is so aesthetic, but also so practical. I love that comparison, Hattie, of just a regular kid shoe with this, because you can see just by comparing how well made and thought through are these. So
it's true.
Amazing. And I know we have Lisa here. She's the founder. So if you have any questions, ask away. This is your chance to ask all the questions. Let's see. There are some questions that I see here coming through. Do we have any that stand out that we need to answer?
We do have another question. So the question is there a reason that there's lines? Okay. So the question from Kit is there a reason that there's lines on the bottom of the shoe? And maybe you can help us answer that question.
Sure. It's really just to give more of a flex point. like the lines horizontally across the shoe.
Here, let's
allow
go
it-
closer so you can. Yes,
Yeah.
we'll get closer to the audience because
Yeah,
we're
I
a bit
did.
far away.
And I stuffed it here, so I can
Here, I'll take
unstuff it. There we go. It just allows for a more flexible sole. If we had lines going vertically or different patterns, it wouldn't make it quite as easy to flex. And often kids, when they do learn to walk, they go up on the balls of their feet, and this just makes it a little easier to do that.
That's fantastic. I mean, everything has really been thought of when it comes to the design of these shoes. And that's why when you're investing in something like this, it's really a product that's going to work for you. Everything has been thought of. All of the questions that you have about buying shoes for your children, whether it's, even just the fact of longevity. Like this shoe has been built for longer than 6 months. I mean, when was the last time I kept a shoe for my children longer than 6 months? I know that these would last longer than that because we've talked about it and you've tested them.
Yeah, that's something that actually I have a lot of passion around. Sorry,
Come on in.
Is things lasting? Because we get asked a lot about sustainability around packaging or the product itself. For me, I think the ultimate goal of all of us is to not have to buy something either again and again, or just not to have it hit the landfill. All of our footwear, everything we've done and designed is designed to be passed down to a friend, to another child, to another sibling. So whether it's washed often and then can be passed along because it looks like new. I know in the past we've had phone calls from people with 11, 12-year-old products just wanting to replace the little piece on them.
Wow.
So I know it's actually, we're achieving what we've set out to do.
That is truly incredible. I love that when you're buying this product that you can trust it for years to come. That's something that I really struggled with when buying shoes. And I feel like, honestly, I do feel that we're throwing shoes out every 6 to 8 months because they're not very washable. They're not easy to clean. And whereas the Stonz brand solves all of those problems. You don't have to worry too much about the way they're going to wear because you can throw them in the washing machine. You know that you can take that sole out, and maybe we can show them again, Lisa. Do you want to take the sole out? We can easily take the sole out and we can actually wash these shoes in the washing machine and dry them, and they're good as new. I mean, we talked to parents actually. We went to the playground, Anna and I did, and we talked to real life parents about what they're looking for when it comes to footwear. And they all said very similar things: comfort, a wider toe box, something that's going to last, something that is easy to clean, all of the things we're looking for when it comes to ease of footwear for kids. So I know that Stonz is very trusted for
Amazing.
those.
I want to share some of the shout outs we're getting because we're getting so much love. Just the same love we've been getting, at the playground, talking to parents. We're seeing now online. So that's a testament that whoever has your brand loves your brand. So the shout out to Selena, which says my 2-year-old puts them on by himself. It's the only pair of shoes he's ever worn. That is amazing. And then we have some questions as well. Pat says, can you read it out loud?
Since the insole isn't washable, unless I was mistaken from earlier, are we able to purchase new soles?
You actually can wash them. Just know that if you wash them quite a lot, perhaps the logo would come off or something, but you can actually wash them.
So this is the insole that they're talking about.
And Sandra is asking, do we let these air dry or can they go in the dryer?
I would prefer air dry. Yeah, I would just any of our clothes, you save the life of any piece of clothing if you do not put it in the dryer. So we recommend that for.
And just so the audience knows, because they can't necessarily hear the questions, we're talking about how we're going to wash the insole, and we're gonna dry the insole. I think.
Like I know you said earlier that preferably if you wanted to just lightly wash it and let it sit. Because eventually, if you do put it in the dryer or something, the rubber will break down. So you definitely want to let everything
air dry. Air dry for sure.
Air dry
for longevity.
Are they good for daycare? We have a question from Dominic that says, "Are they good for daycare?"
Yes, we do find out. We have a lot of daycare affiliations, and we're very proud of the fact that they're recommending them. Even when we went to Quebec, they said it's the number one shoe recommendation. So super proud of that.
Absolutely.
And it's just because you can use them indoors and out. They do require you have an indoor and an outdoor shoe, and so people will have.
And I know your team, when we talked to your team, they said we actually go to daycare and ask parents and ask the daycare providers, like the child providers, what they actually are looking for. And you guys keep that in mind too when you create the design. So that's great. And I also want to point out that there's a name tag. So they're great. Dominique, they're great for daycare because you can put your child's name and phone number here. So you know which shoe goes to who.
Yeah, because we had people writing with permanent ink on the bottoms for things.
Oh
we
my
didn't want
And
gosh.
that's just going to come
That's
off
brilliant.
too.
Yeah.
Also, I want to talk about, because for me, when I learned your product, I thought this was really clever. How do we know what size our child is? So your team showed me how you kind of do the measurement, which I thought was so smart. So do you want to demonstrate that for us today? Maybe closer to the camera
Sure. You mean the
with the
Yeah,
sole,
so-
measuring the sole to the foot.
Yeah, just that it allows you to actually put and often, like, I remember my mom doing this for me. She would trace my foot and then shop for shoes that way. So she'd have an actual outline of the foot. But the idea is that when you do the little
That's
toes
smart.
should be, yeah, she just carried it around and kind of old school, obviously. But yeah, this is the same idea.
And some parents told me when I talked to them that they actually size up, because even if it's one size bigger, they said that it usually stays on, and that way, the child can grow into them.
Right. Yeah, so long as it's just not too big that they're tripping, I think you're fine.
Amazing. Dominique says that's so helpful. Thank you. Thank you for asking the question. And Sandra, she says that is so smart. Thank you, Sandra.
I mean, that's what the brand Stonz is all about. And there was a lot of questions about and comments about daycare. So I think it's a good place for us to talk a little bit about the Cruiser everyday line.
Before we do that, there's one more question that I feel like we need to answer, because Jane wants to shop and she wants the discount code for 10% off when she signs up, right?
Yes. So you're going to go to stonz.com, or you can shop right from our live channel if you're in approved2shop.com, or you can go to stonz.com, sign up for their newsletter with your email, and you will receive 10% off on your next purchase.
Amazing. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for bringing that up, Anna. Okay. So there were some questions about daycare, and we talked a little bit. Lisa mentioned that there's a lot of affiliation that Stonz has with different daycares across Canada. And so I want to talk about that, because there's a lot of daycares that actually have uniforms, and there's daycares that require kids to wear certain types of footwear. So if that is the case for you, or if you just want to know a little bit more about our next product, stay tuned for this. This is called the Everyday Cruiser. Now, this is the Everyday Cruiser in the Mary Jane silhouette, and this is the Everyday Cruiser in the original booty classic silhouette. You can see here. Now, what I really want to tell the audience is how hardworking this fabric is. This is a no scuff fabric. You can literally take a piece of sandpaper to this, rub it, and it's not going to scuff one bit. So I do want to hear from you on this one.
Yeah, thank you.
That is brilliant. I'm sure everybody's going to just love this.
Yeah, this for me, when I thought about when my kids were young, I did not buy them leather shoes, just for the sole reason that I couldn't fix them once they scuffed them. And I didn't want to be pulling them out of the park saying, oh, don't play here, don't. So I just wanted to let them run wild. And the cool thing about this fabric, it's both vegan, and we actually had fun in the office. We tried to take a knife to it and it would not cut. So what's really neat is you can have these shoes. And again, it goes with our whole sole purpose about being a long wearing shoe and actually good for the environment, because we're trying to make them really hard to be worn through. So
that is amazing.
When you're done, you can sell them or you can pass them on, and just allows more value for the customer.
Absolutely.
We have a customer question right now. Customer question coming in. Alicia says, are the rain boots okay for snow as well? Oh, she's looking at the rain boots, I guess, on the website.
Oh,
We're jumping to the rain boots.
I can.
Yes, let's speak to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the thing about rubber is they're very waterproof, obviously, but they with snow, the rubber does conduct a bit of cold through them, so you definitely want to layer them. And I think that's why people love rain boots. Two reasons. One is they're waterproof. The other is they can be layered and then also put on by themselves with the kids. So super popular. But with snow, I would just put something definitely warm rated.
And can I say, so cute. Oh my gosh, the color combinations are so cute. The classic red, right? The cute pink, the purple.
And this is, just so everyone knows, I'm going to tell you the silhouette styles, because Alicia wants to know about the
wanna
rain
talk
boots.
about
This is
your,
the retro
snow
rain boot
boot
silhouette. This is the Stonz retro waterproof boot. So if you're on our
Should I mention
website
it
on our
for you?
prooftosshop.com shopping, or if you're on stones.com and you want to navigate to this style, it's called the retro. This one with the black is the classic
Here,
Stones
let
rain
me
boot.
let me take some off your hand here.
I know, and we're probably going to come back to these.
Yes,
The
and I
everydays.
don't want to admit, do we have any snow boots? Alyssa, do you have anything in production for snow? If you are looking for a snow,
We definitely do, actually. I don't know that we brought them to show. Yeah, we didn't. I know those are coming in August. But
Yes.
we're super proud of the fact we've actually had these for many years. They're the lightest weight snow boot on the market. Knowing that in my case, my kids never wanted to wear anything really heavy. So
of course, right? They want to run around. They want to be free. They don't want
yeah.
to be dragged down.
no, so we came up with something that was really lightweight in its sole, but also somewhat flexible. Hard for snow because you wanted that insulation factor between the ground and the foot. But yes, we definitely do have them, and even saw somebody playing soccer in them. So as a
Oh my gosh,
5-year-old boy. It's so
amazing.
cute.
You must love to see your product and your conception being loved and used by so many kids and parents.
Yeah, I'm proud of the team, and I'm proud of the fact that it's actually most rewarding when someone thinks it solved the problem for them.
That's amazing.
And Stones, for me, it's super important that we do what we say we're going to do. So we can't make a promise that isn't true. And we've always lived and died by feedback.
Yes.
I think that's really important.
And let's not forget, it is a Canadian brand.
Yeah.
We have another customer question. So I want to ask, and it's related to our everyday line, which is the line we were just discussing. Pat says, could you show us everyday shoes in ivory on the website? They look gray. I would love the lighter color for family Christmas photos. Okay, so I'm going to give this one to you, and I'm going to show Pat the color here that she is looking at. So yes, Pat, this is the ivory color right here. And I would tell you that it has a hue of a little bit of gray to it, but it could be worn as sort of a creamy white as well. And it can flip a little bit in color. It's one of those types of creamy neutrals that works with a lot of different types of tones, I would say. And I'm a personal stylist, so I work with colors all the time. I match colors all the time. This would work really well for your Christmas photos because it does have that neutral colorway to it. And kind of nice not to have a bright white. I think having a bright white, it's not a pragmatic color. It's a little bit shocking. I think even in winter too, to have something that's bright white, it almost looks like a sneaker, and we don't want that look. So this gives it a little bit more of an elevated touch. This dove sort of color is gorgeous. Oh, thank you, Pat. She says, perfect. Thank you. Bright whites are a disaster. We agree. We agree.
I have a question for Lisa. So having a newborn, I'm always, we're growing so fast that every day is different, every month is different. So I know shoes is going to come up for me soon. When should I think about shoes for my almost 5-month-old? She's almost 5 months this week.
She's so adorable. And
Thank
she's here
you.
sleeping,
She's
by the way.
sleeping now. She's sleeping.
We should bring her for a cameo.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
she wakes up. You never wake up a sleeping baby. This is what I've learned.
Yeah, I would leave her. I'm thinking about when I use shoes. It's so dependent because I had 2 kids in different seasons. So depending on when you were outdoors with them and what they were wearing, if one had a snowsuit all of the time or one that was born in March, he wore a lot of onesies. So I didn't really have shoes on him till I would say 5-6 months. And then when they were I carried him a lot, so I could still do a lot of things.
Yes.
Then I had something like this on.
I want to show the audience a preview. So
And if Rose wakes up, I also want to show the audience how to put these on because
Yes.
your team showed us and I was like, wow, this made so much sense.
So let's give the audience a sneak peek at something that is, I know, launching very soon from Stonz. And thank you for your questions about baby shoes because Stonz is about to launch this beautiful slip-on shoe.
Adorable.
I believe in August. Is that right, Lisa? You're about
Yes.
to launch this? And this is a
It's
baby
not-
shoe
it's
that
not
is
on the
going to be
website yet, is it?
perfect. It's not on the website yet. It's brand new. This is going to be perfect for a little gift. Here's this beautiful gift box. But this is going to be for your 4 or 5-month-old baby plus for them to learn their first steps. This is a way for them to keep that comfort, not have those shoes fall off because I can't tell you how many times I went on a walk and my daughter was in a stroller and the shoes just fling off. We're crossing the
yes.
street and the shoes are off and it's a disaster. And this is the type of shoe that's going to work really well for babies' first steps because
So
of
cute.
the
Let's
flexibility.
open
Can you
this.
show them a little
Yes,
bit?
I want to
actually, Anna?
show. I want to show this gift box. Oopsie.
Too many things in our hands.
This is so cute. And also, like, okay, so another question would be like, how is it for like the size that you start, or
So
does it get
I think it's size 5.
US 5, UK 4? Yes.
Yes.
So what's the smallest size? I guess that's my question.
It's
That's equivalent to 3 to 6 or 9 months, depending on how big your child is. That's a hard thing at that age. You almost want to go by ages. But again, my son was huge. He almost came out at 10 pounds. So he was big from the get-go. So he needed a size 8 by the 12
Right,
month
okay.
mark,
I see.
So it's so different.
So,
Yeah.
you know, always as a new parent, I got, you know, obviously we had the gift registry and we are getting gifts, which somebody mentioned that these are a great gift. I agree, because you can actually write a little message here. How cute
Thank
is
you,
this?
Kelly. They are a great gift.
I would say that kids grow up so fast, and I've grown out of so many things already. So sizing up, if you're going to get a gift, sizing up is a good idea, right?
Yeah.
We have an audience question about this new launch. The audience is asking, I believe her name is Pat. She's asking, are these also vegan leather?
Lisa's
I'm sorry,
asking.
Lisa said, are these also vegan leather?
Yes, they are. Yeah. Our line is 100% vegan.
Okay.
As a whole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic information.
And I want to
I'm
show.
very excited for this launch. I mean, this would have been a lifesaver if my kids were still babies. My kids are now 2.5 and 4, and I would have loved to have a booty like this.
Yes,
because
definitely. These are so
even
While
so
they're
cute.
learning to walk.
Yeah.
It's so soft.
Imagine even being okay. So, you know what I think this is great for? Creating a little bit of stability at home. When you just want to have them have a little bit of a shoe on and to create that a little bit of that friction so they're not slipping all over the place or learning and falling over.
Exactly.
The
Learning.
socks are a nightmare, so you want to have something that
Yeah,
gives good
the
friction.
socks last for 2 seconds. That's it. Also, I have my daughter in the Jolly Jumper, and I just feel like her feet are kind of going sideways. This is a good idea to kind of have it stabilized a little bit.
Mhm.
Just protect their toes.
Protect their
I find
toes.
that's the
Yeah, she
thing
loves
when
the
they're
Jolly
falling
Jumper.
or- oh, I love
Yeah.
it.
Thank you for
So
your
these
question.
are great if you want
Yeah.
exactly
I
that
forgot about
practice.
that.
Right?
The Jolly
Yes.
Jumper.
The Jolly Jumper.
It's fantastic. I mean, it's really that development piece, and all of these products are going to help your children's development. Whether it's you have a baby or a newborn, and you're thinking about shoes, or you have a toddler like my kids are 2 and 4, the products are fantastic through that really important stage of development where you want your kids to adventure, you want your kids to go outside and have fun, and you don't want to worry about what the products are doing, if they're breaking down, if you're going to have to throw them out in the next couple of weeks because they're dirty and you can't clean them properly. And that's what Stonz does so well, is create products that are have that longevity, have that integrity, and they've really worked on the design. And I know that
They're
you actually
so
have
soft. They're so soft. Wow.
I think that the designer too, by the way, is an Italian designer, and we met him the other day and I was like, wow. I mean, to have that Italian design, Italians know how to design things, okay? They know how to create comfort, but they also know how to create style. And I think Stonz has really blended those two worlds.
I think we also need to talk about these. These are great. It's summertime.
I know.
So I feel like I've seen this quite a lot on the playground. And now that, you know, I'm watching for shoes.
And Kit
I'm
said
looking at shoes. I'm saying, what are they wearing? Why is it good? Asking parents because I want to know and I want to share that with you guys. So this is
the Romer shoe, and this is the perfect shoe for right now and, you know, vacation, summertime, beach. This is a beach to sidewalk shoe. This is a shoe that the kids can wear on the beach, running through the sand, into the water, onto the rocky scape of the beach. We live here in the Pacific Northwest. My kids are always wanting to walk into areas of the beach that I know they might step on something questionable. And if you have kids that like to do that too, the Romer is for you. This is almost like a sock-like structure, a stiff sock-like structure with a lot of flexibility in the rubber toe and the rubber sole. And I want to show the audience the little bubbles that we have here too.
Yes.
This is going to be your water shoe, but you can also, even after the beach, grab a burger and keep these on the or go to have a picnic, keep these on the kids' feet. They're quick drying and these are a useful shoe. Can you tell us a little more about these shoes from your perspective? Lisa?
Yeah, thank you. So we kept with the wide footwear design, and obviously they're easily portable and packable, which you're always running with just a backpack or something. But I think for me, I set out to create something that was like almost an amphibian shoe that you could be in the water, be in the sand. All of a sudden, you're right, like be downtown or something. If you wanted to come through the city, and it wouldn't look odd to be wearing one of those aqua shoes. Like I wanted something more stylish, and that's
I think
what we
you. I
created.
think
Definitely
you achieved
stylish.
that.
I would wear those. I
Thank
mean,
you.
those are fabulous.
Yeah, we saw somebody wearing them with socks actually, which looked quite cute. They were just little ankle
Yeah.
socks, and it was when it was cooler at the
Breathable,
end.
right? Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I find so many times, to your point, Anna, the fact that you like them and want to wear them yourself. Why does that always happen with kids stuff? I'm always wanting my kids' clothes. They don't make them big
Yeah.
enough.
I know, and that's the thing is we really have like tried to bring in like a classic aesthetic, and we haven't gone with little animal. Like we just our designs are just more simple and clean. Like I really
Smart.
I love the Scandinavian sort of look.
Probably that's why parents love it as much as kids do. And finding that balance, kids love it, parents love it. I think that you hit the jackpot. You hit the shoe jackpot today, you guys. And if you're watching, you guys have any questions, let us know. But if you're watching, this is a perfect chance for you guys to ask a question. We have Lisa, the founder, here. If you're watching on Instagram, we welcome you to stay there, but we also invite you to our shopping room, theapprovedtoshop.com, where you can check out the products. I think we have one more question.
Okay. And the question is that washable as well? So Dominique asks, is this washable as well, the Roamer shoe?
Very much so. Yeah, absolutely the same idea. Washable in the laundry. I would just put it on gentle, and same thing. It's and it's a quick dry because it's not the absorbent foam. It's a little bit more EVA in there, so it's a little more quick dry.
This is fantastic. I love the shoe. I'm picturing the kids running around on the beach. It's just like that beautiful Pacific Northwest water. They can dip their toes in the water. They can play. They can make the sand castles, and then they can run around in the playground right after in the same exact shoe.
Yeah, the best play fun summer shoe. Let's chat a little bit. I'm gonna start. Look at this. Look at this. This
Yes.
it's a little elevated, right? We're going to a little bit more elevated in terms of fabric. And Lisa, I would love for you to talk to us about this shoe. And I feel like this is the perfect summer event shoe, maybe fall too. Like if you're going to a wedding, if it's a dressier event, this
It's the natural,
fabric, the
cruiser
natural,
Yeah,
is
that's the name of it. Yeah, we really wanted to incorporate something.
how cute.
Would you rather I hold this?
Sure.
What would you rather?
Go for
Whatever
it.
you'd
I'm
rather.
holding it for you.
Oh,
Or you can hold
yeah.
it.
That the shoe itself, everything about it is natural. So you've got a natural cotton, you've got a natural rubber outer sole, you've got a cork.
The
You can
cork
pull it- oh, there you go.
insole
Yeah,
is
the cork
so
insole.
cute.
So we wanted to make something that was both sustainable, nature friendly, but also something stylish. And I
So this is
love
actually cork.
Yeah.
It's not-
Yeah.
Wow. Is there
Cork
any
with foam.
benefits to having a cork? I would
It's more
assume
of a
like
natural fiber.
natural
touching
fiber,
your
yeah.
foot. Yeah.
probably you
Natural
don't need
comfort.
socks. Do you need socks wearing these shoes? It's a
You
good
can
question.
or you can. You don't have to.
You don't have
Yeah,
to
no.
because of this. That's
A
great.
lot of my kids' shoes didn't get worn with socks.
Yes,
Whether that
right.
was okay or not,
I want to speak to the fabric here because we talk about natural fabrications. This is a cotton and linen shoe, and all of the fabrics here are 100% natural. And I want to speak a little bit even to that cork sole. So cork is very traditionally used. I know it sounds really strange, but cork, being a product expert, I know that we use cork lots in lots of different types of orthopedic shoes, shoes with comfort, and also it's a product that is commonly used for natural comfort. So this product is 100% natural, and it's got that beautiful texture. And like Anna was mentioning in the beginning, the way that you can wear this, it does swing a little bit more dressy. So if you were going to a wedding and the dress code was in a garden and you wanted your child, maybe there's a ring bearer, or maybe one of your daughter, maybe she's in the wedding party, and you want to have that comfort and that support, but you want to have that sort of organic look. This is what you're going to get out of this shoe. And I mean, can't you imagine a little boy in a
I know they have a
suit
little. I know I've seen
in
them.
this? I mean, it's so cute
So cute.
and it
So
goes so
cute.
well.
The nice logo in the back. Again, easy to put on. Kids love these because they can put them on themselves.
If you
So how
were at an
wonderful.
event too, by the way, imagine being an event for like hours with a kid.
Oh,
You
yeah.
want their feet to be comfortable. You want them to be, you don't want them kicking their shoes off.
Oh my goodness,
let's
we
show
got
them
it.
all
We
the
got to show.
colors.
Okay, we got to show.
So we've got this sort of dove gray color. We've got the natural color. We've got a bit of a camel looking color here. There's the natural again. This is gorgeous. I mean, even if you're traveling, this is a great travel shoe with the kids. If you were going to Europe or you
Oh,
were even going to maybe to
yes.
Eastern Canada from the Pacific Northwest and you want a little bit of a summery dressier shoe, this is amazing.
Now, Dominic, and thank you for asking all the questions. Shout out to Dominic. Is that washable as well? Are these washable? Cleanable?
They are. I have to say they're just a little bit more. They're not as easygoing a fabric as the mesh, just due to the fact that linen and cotton just tends to absorb a little bit more dirt. So I'd be a bit more in terms of definitely gentle launderer, I would say.
Maybe even like a cloth
Yeah.
wipe. You can
Yeah.
wipe them down.
Yeah.
Definitely more your
Absolutely.
dressier shoe, right? We have our
Mhm.
sort of everyday, let them run. While then we have the no scruff, right?
The everyday shoe is the no scuff shoe. Let's remind the audience of that. So we're going through all the different styles of the Stonz collection, and every single Stonz style does something different, creates a solution in your household that you never thought you needed. But this is the everyday collection, and it has this no scuff fabric. This is all vegan, by the way. It has a leather look, but it's all vegan products. These products, this particular line is recommended for daycares, for a little bit more of that dressy look, or even maybe a uniform shoe. This is
Definitely a
fantastic
uniform
for all
shoe.
of that. And what do you have
Absolutely.
in your hands there? You
So
have
we
the
have the
Cruiser every
Cruiser.
day. Sorry, the Cruiser Classic.
The classic. This is your classic original. Yes, which is just perfect, right? You can easy to wash, easy to clean, very, very flexible. And then we have the more dressier. Oh,
I
Sue
have
has a question.
Yeah, you can say.
Is the black sole non-mark?
Yes, it is not
Ah,
mine. Yes.
There you go. Thank you, Sue. Thank you
Yay.
for asking the questions.
There's
And
nothing worse than black marks on your hardwood floor.
oh, I see.
Right?
Yes,
Or
that's
courts,
brilliant.
If they go to gym class or something, and they're running around, that's important at school.
Thank you for that question. That was a fantastic
And
one.
then, of course, we have the Mary Jane too. We forgot to
Yes, I'm going to
show
show
the
them
Mary
that.
Jane.
So something we haven't showed them yet is the skipper. So maybe we
Yes.
need to go to the skipper now. So I'm actually about to buy the skipper, and if my husband's online, I told him I would like him to purchase this for our family. So Joseph, if you are here, please go ahead. So the skippers are wonderful. And what I really like about these are in the Cruiser collection. So they have that same perforated, very breathable fabric, but they're in more of a slip-on style, which means that they're going to be really easy for your growing toddler. Like I said, my kids are 2 and 4. So I want something that's going to easily slip on and off, that they can just pop on. They don't even need to use the Velcro. They can just slide right into these. And I think this is going to be a great indoor shoe for them for daycare. And I'm getting these in the light pink, but we have them here in the gray and the black. And maybe tell us a little bit about this style from your perspective, Lisa.
Thank you, Hattie. Yeah, it's to keep the ease, I would say, of the fabric, and being able to. We just know that kids want to be able to put them in and out, or put them on, in and out, off and on, and because they are in and out of daycares and in and out of the house or playgrounds or whatever, so they're just really easy for the kids.
That's
and it's
fantastic.
more of a slip-on, obviously.
And again, you have the name tag. You have the insole, like the sole to measure, which a lot of the parents found it fantastic. And then we have a question from Pat. We have 2 questions. Oh no, what's the weight difference between the 3 different Cruiser styles? What's the weight difference?
Weight?
Yes.
I would say
Pat, are you looking for something lighter?
They're all very light, and I'm carrying all of them right now, so it's a great time for me to answer this question.
It would probably go like, this would be the lightest,
Yes.
second lightest, and then the everyday fabric is slightly.
Okay, so the lightest is going to be the Cruiser collection. So anything in this perforated cruiser fabrication, and it's going to say if you're on our website right now or on www.approvedtoshop.com watching live, the cruiser collection is the most likely the lightest weight. Then we go to the natural collection. That's going to be probably the second lightest.
The second lightest.
And then
Sorry.
the everyday collection, which is our vegan, no scuff. And just, imagine a leather shoe versus a perforated sneaker shoe like this. They carry a similar weight. So, something with a little more weight, it's going to be a little dressier. It's going to be a little more dressed up. This is often used for formal events. It's often used for uniforms, while this is more of like your everyday easy slip-on shoe in that fabrication. So they all have their place in terms of that. But I would say this is your heaviest and your most durable.
Right.
This is your most flexible.
Probably
and
season-wise too. I would imagine more fall, winter.
Yes.
Definitely summer, right? More summer,
Yes,
fall.
that's a good point too. This is a little bit more of a heavier weight in terms of temperature also. Like this is going to be insulated. Yes, thank you, Lisa.
Or if it's a rainy day in Vancouver, either one of these could be great, like a sprinkle, not one of those crazy rain days, because if it is, then you're going to have to wear the rain boots.
And my husband I got an answer from Joe. He has purchased my products. Thank you so
Amazing.
much. Thank you, Joseph. That is awesome. And if you are trying to shop today, I want to remind you that if you're on the Stonz website, you can shop the products at 10% off if you sign up with your email today. So please go ahead and do that. Cruise around on the website, no pun intended. And make sure that you are getting that 10% off when you sign up. Should we take a look a little bit at our ready-to-wear products, guys? We just went through the hero product in the collection, and the hero product really is the footwear. But Stonz is designed for outdoor adventures and enjoying the outdoors with the kids. So they also produce and make beautiful ready-to-wear pieces that help you do that. So I want to start with the rain suit because this is where everything begins. When we're going outside in the rain, this is a must-have. This is the rain suit. And if you are on our approvedtoshop.com page, you will see this product come up. This is a completely waterproof suit. This is going to be your best friend when it comes to play outside. We've got a hood. We have a little, I want to show the audience. This has a little cap here, so it almost gives that structure to the hood. Sometimes when your kids are wearing their hood, if you haven't experienced this yet, moms or dads, sometimes that hood will cover your children's eyes. This hood is not going to do that because it has been designed not to.
That is so brilliant. And I know with daycares too, you're required a wetsuit and shoes, right?
That's right.
Yeah, to join it. So this is fantastic. Also, I want to show you guys, somebody decided to join us. This is Rose, and she's going to model the hats for us today.
Perfect. Yay, Rose. Welcome into the live show with Stonz and the It Moms.
Yeah, so maybe let's get closer so we can show the audience, how great is the adjustment in the back.
Oh my gosh.
I think this is
this is the flap cap. And the flap cap is so great. Again, we're talking about outdoor adventures. We're talking about products that work for being outside and transitioning into the sun or into the rain. This is a UV 50 cap. So you're going to get UV protection out of this. And it's in a beautiful, lightweight fabric that is quick dry. It's quick wicking. So it's not going to become sweaty. If it becomes wet and you're in the water with this, it's going to be great for rainy days or even in a pool or in the ocean. If you're getting wet, this is perfect because it's quick dry. And Lisa, I wonder if you want to talk about this a little bit too.
Sure. I just wanted to highlight, because I know Roberto and his team took a lot of time. We created this without seams, like it's seamless or it's seam sealed inside so that nothing really bothers. Like children are so tactile, they don't love things rubbing up against them, and they'll start kicking, screaming, take it off, that you don't know why.
Yes.
So we've really taken care with the hat.
I have to admit that Rose doesn't usually like hats, and she didn't mind us putting this on.
I was very careful, but just even doing it up at the back.
That's
it's a pretty little head.
It's so great, and it's so lightweight.
Yeah.
It's so lightweight.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have this in more than one color, and I want to show you the mint color. This is so beautiful. And Lisa was speaking to this a little bit earlier, this idea of this very classic
of the
Scandinavian style. It's really all about these gorgeous, really beautiful shades, soft pastels, neutral colors. These are easy to pair back to. You can mix and match these with neutrals, with black, with navy. They're not going to be overpowering. They're not going to have a print that you're going to get sick of. And honestly, the design, everything has been thought of here. Now, I do want to tell the audience too that these seams here have been sealed, which is very important when it comes to performance garment, especially if you want waterproofing or water resistance. To have these seams sealed like this is going to give you more water resistance on that product. And I want to show them too the, remind me of the name of this, Lisa. Thank you. The Explorer hat. I mean, there's really not a better name for a product like this, because
if we're hitting the seawall, this is what we need, or any outdoor adventure. And I truly think that Stonz is so well made for outdoor adventures as well as the city lifestyle. So you guys have something for every lifestyle, which you can enjoy with your child.
So again, this adventure hat, it is a full bucket hat. So the cap we just showed you was more of a baseball hat style, where this is more of a bucket hat style. The back, you're going to see a little bit of a longer tail. This is for UV coverage. So this is also a UV 50 product. So it's going to be good in the sun, and it's also got that same fabrication that's very quick drying. It's going to be great in the water. I mean, I can imagine we live by a river, and you could just go down to the river. We go down to the river all the time. The kids put their feet in the water and they get a little wet. And this type of thing would be really useful because you know that it's going to dry in just a couple of minutes. It's almost in what I would say, it's almost like a swim trunk type fabric, because it's going to be that really quick drying fabric. And I know it's not that easy to see, but I want to try and explain to the audience how quick drying this would be if the kids were wearing it.
Oh, absolutely.
It was selected as a fabric that was very quick drying and very light.
Fantastic. And okay, so Lisa, you buttoned the side up, and I want to show the audience this. So, you know,
That's
when
so
your
clever.
kids are wearing the hat and it's going over their eyes, is that sort of what the button feature is for?
Yeah, or if you just don't want it covering your ears, because I know some parents would rather you be completely covered, and other kids, they want to be able to have a little bit of freedom. So it just still has the neck cape, but you get the full coverage, which actually does most of the face.
That's incredible.
That's great. And one thing that I want to highlight this, because this is where I found it super helpful, is you can have this in the stroller, like a hat, one of your hats in the stroller, and you don't have to take it off because it's so flexible.
It's
Look
also
how
so packable.
it's so packable.
You always want room, right? That's the biggest thing. So you can just put everything really easily.
That is super clever, because we need a hat in summertime, and you know, as protection. I mean, adults, we need it too, but especially the little ones cannot wear a lot of SPF, and we want to protect their face and their hat. So you want one of these in every single bag and every stroller that you have. And also you can have them on while they're in the stroller.
Yeah.
So you don't have to take it off.
Children, my daughter was better than my son, but my son did not like wearing anything, and he has red hair, so we needed him fully protected. So needing a big hat that he didn't mind was important.
Absolutely.
And being able to play sports, even, you know, as a little guy, was important. So he barely noticed it. That was always my goal, is whatever he barely noticed, he'd keep on.
That's fantastic.
That is
we want
amazing.
the barely noticed products, and that's what Stonz does so well. We do have a few questions coming in about these products, so we better answer them. Sue says, can you show us the inside of the hat? Yes, we can, Sue. This is a wicking fabrication, so it's going to be very good for sweat, water. It's going to stay really dry, and it's going to dry really quickly. Yeah, tell us. Is there any details you want them to know?
Yeah, just the forehead. Again, it bothers them if you've got something rubbing against the forehead. We made sure this was soft and padded, and again, seamless on the top of the head was really important.
We also have a comment coming in from Instagram from the Mama Edit 28. Love the hat. I just bought it for my daughter because of the material. She wears it in the pool.
Yes.
Okay. So smart.
And who was that made that comment? Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. The Mama Edit 26. Thank you.
Thank you for that. I just love that all of the products really are made for enjoying and being outside with the kids. You know, I find with my kids are toddlers, and we can't stay inside. We'll go crazy. And we need to have activities. And a lot of those activities are things outside. So all of the Stonz products are made for the outdoors and for adventures outdoors. And I think that's so wonderful.
And even mentioning the pool, like all of our this fabric is chlorine resistant, sun resistant. That's really important to note too.
Very
because that would be, if
interesting.
it fades, it doesn't look very good, but we made sure that this isn't, it doesn't do that.
One last thing I do want to point out to the audience about the design of the adventure hat here is the mesh paneling that you can see right here. Do you see that there's a mesh panel here? That's going to give you more breathability when it comes to the product design. Everything has been thought of when it comes to Stonz products. And that's why when you're investing in something like this, like a Stonz product, you're buying something that's going to work. And remember that we're in summer, but we still have a good 2.5 months left of hot weather here. If you live in the Pacific Northwest, or just generally, I think in North America, we are still very much in summer. So there's no better time to invest in pieces like this than now. And remember that if you shop online, you can receive 10% off your next purchase if you sign up with your email. So if you're on Stonz.com, or if you're in the approved2shop.com show, you can get 10% off today with your purchase.
All right. So we have another style to chat. The last one to talk to you guys today. And
Wow. Okay, so is this new? This is, I have never seen this before. They sprung this on us, ladies and gentlemen.
and on you guys, it's a surprise. We kept the best for last, right? Look at these. These are so cool.
Yes,
Lisa,
our
do you
new
want to?
launch. Super excited about these. They're both for young children and older, and it's more of a multi-season footwear, and it's slightly insulated, bit more puffy. Kind of like the sort of the bit of skater vibe, but it's also they're just super
We got to
practical.
open these. We got to show you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is, would you say this is a more of like a cold weather type of shoe?
Yeah, it's definitely a fall, spring, depending on where you're located. It could be even a winter if you're not, it's not absolute harsh conditions, but it is lined, and you can see the warmth inside.
Yeah, so it's lined in fleece then, Lisa?
Yeah, super soft fleece.
And this is a new launch. And when is this going to be launching?
Yeah, they're called The Journey, and they are launching August 1st.
Wow, congratulations.
That's so
Thank you.
exciting.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming in development, and
Oh,
we've
that's
been very,
always
very, very thoughtful around the
So-
design here.
Let me get this straight. Our audience here is seeing this new launch for the first time ever. No one else has ever seen this shoe before.
Look
in
at this.
office.
Even said this is sample, you guys. We're holding the very first shoe,
The Journey shoe.
the journey shoe.
The Journey shoe. I love. And
Take
I love
the journey
names.
with us, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and we
This is
have
so
just
nice.
a couple of minutes left, everyone. We've got 2 minutes left. So I do want to just thank everyone so much for being here and remind everyone who we are. And we want to thank Lisa for being here. So Lisa Will is the founder and the owner of Stonz, and she is the brains behind the entire brand. And I am Hattie Corriero, and we have Anna Allen here as well from the It Moms. And we have so enjoyed learning about your brand and the products. And we've launched a new product for the first time on the internet, which is so exciting. We went through
Very
the whole
great.
collection. We went through the cruiser, the everyday. Anna, I want to ask you, what do you love about, what did you learn about Stonz today, and maybe what do you love about it?
I mean, it's not just today. I learned so much by talking to parents. And today, what I learned is you have to have these. So I think that is so amazing to have a shoe that is so practical and that is loved by both parents and children. So right away, I was so impressed by this shoe. And today, it just kind of reminded me how great these were. And probably if I were to pick a favorite, my favorite, I would say, is probably the Mary Jane, because I just love that style. But you cannot go wrong with any of these. Yes, we have to celebrate a Canadian brand as well.
I brought it over for the last couple of minutes because it's so important to support our local brands, support Canadian female-founded brands. This brand is no exception. It's a Canadian female-founded brand, and it is so thoughtfully created, and it's made by a mom for a mom. Do you want to press that one? And it's just telling us that we have a couple minutes left. So thank you for being with us today. And please go to www.stonz.com to make your purchase. If you're new to us, welcome. If you are someone who has shopped with Stonz before, make sure you can head over and add your email so that you get that 10% off your next order. You can add your email in and get 10% off your next purchase.